Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
It really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're near the end zone.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better? Well, Brandon, we could see that.
developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Good.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when their body's on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Shoves him aside. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Dolphins, nothing.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it.
Complete to Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Open man, Westbrook-Akine. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 17-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Two are going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your...
And he is in! Touchdown, Miami! Devon Achane, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Here's Herbert. Open man is Higgins. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Elijah Higgins, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point try now from Dicker. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score. Chargers.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Shifts by him. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
It's a gain of 48 yards. 1st down, Miami.
On 1st down, back to Achane.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
All right, go ahead, go.
Now Tua.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Fighting through pressure. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Dolphins are back within a score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Quentin Johnston, 33 yards.
As his guys are able to extend their lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Chargers 28.
A
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here? Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
A gain of 4.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick slant to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
44, ready.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's complete to Westbrook-Akine. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez.
It's now 4th down.
This is taken at the 15. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him, because he is eating them up right now. Herbert now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it. And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Harris running straight ahead. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
14 more yards.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
23 more yards.
23 yards on the play.
First down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Harris will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
An extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
On play action, here's Tua. This is intercepted. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Intercepted. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score.
A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Miami set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
They hand this off to Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Set. Go.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
14. Cameron Dicker to kick off for
Here's
the Chargers.
Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Tua sets up to pass it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You still hold your breath and what was the defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Tua.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Tua going to change the play.
And the Dolphins first down.
Throw caught by Ochin.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
And picked up, taking it right down Broadway. And they are going to score on the final return. Touchdown, LA.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score. Chargers 56.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Oh, look at the juke.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. There'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. We are into week 8, and we're starting to get a sense as to who are the haves and who are the have-nots. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. In the Big Easy, the Saints at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And it's Spencer Rattler. One of 3 touchdown passes in the ball game. He also tacked on 2 rushing touchdowns. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston, looking in on the Texans as they host the Tennessee Titans. And this is Tank Dell. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Texans get back to 500. They move to 4-4 with this victory. One more for you. Let's go to Cincinnati. The Bengals hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And here's the Steelers running back. He'll find an opening and take it in. A 6-yard rushing touchdown. The Steelers win their 3rd straight game as they get the victory today. And with that, a look here at the rest of the action in Week 8 around the NFL. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Charger drive about to get going.
Set. Grenade.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Set. Grenade. Set.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Set. Lion. Go.
And they run with Harris off the option. Gets through and now an opening. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
That's another.
He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
Ready.
Hampton is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense,
Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Fights him off. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
63, Dolphins 14. Cameron Dicker.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he comes back with one complete. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Back to throw here.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out in the pocket. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 89 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
380. Ready.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Set.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. Miami set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
3rd and inches.
Tua going to run the sneak. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Go.
Here's Herbert. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here's Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Harris on second down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 181 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more.
Najee Harris taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. This is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. And right away, he'll look to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
He'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Shreds the tackle. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense. So their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Tiger. 5-9.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. Dances by him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Hampton. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Set.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee.
Set.
Well, fans usually love to see